Well, we got the MLG version of Shakira's Plateau. Yet again, there's going to be no close positions. It's going to be close air or close air or cross, and they'll have a little supply depot down there.
Yep. We'll have that supply depot down there once again. Going to get straight into the introductions. That's now coming in for VP Gamers, spawning in the bottom right as the Red Terran. Going to be hoping to take out Odin for the first time, because remember, guys, Odin does have to lose twice to end this. Is going to be Cry. And Odin pulling LaGTT back even once again, hoping to try and all-kill VP and take the series for LaGT, is going to be Odin.
Most definitely. Here we go. This is going to be rock and roll. I wonder if the red is like Cry's power color. You know how Tiger Woods wears his power color on Sunday? And it's always red? Maybe Cry has the same type thing. I do not know. I cannot wait to see it. But Cry is being smart right out of the gate, and he looks like he's going to go for the wall off.
It looks like he's going to wall in on the high ground, which is interesting to point out, because walling in on the high ground means he's probably not going to be going for the fast wall off on the low ground. Doesn't mean he can't. A lot of Terran players will maybe do like a 2 racks into a 3rd racks to wall off on the lower portion of the ground to take a fast expansion, but we'll see what Cry's going to actually decide to do here. Might decide to one base and take a little bit later expand.
Definitely could, but like we saw with Odin before, I mean, Odin was quick to all in, on Suppy, so maybe, Odin's going to change up and go for a...
Yeah, it looks like he's going to definitely be going for a 1-base build. Already has the barracks on the top of his ramp. Already getting a gas, so definitely not going to be going that 2 racks into a 3 racks wall-off style. Knowing that Odin all in the last game, maybe giving him a little bit of pause to take a fast expand. Doesn't want to prompt Odin to do something like that, although we do have Odin going hash first, so it looks like Odin's going to be going for, at least at the start of the game, the more macroeconomic style of play. He's going to be looking to play the long game against Cry here, but definitely put the fear of that all in Cry enough that Cry's not going to try any kind of super fast expansion type of business.
No, not at all, but we know Cry is good with his micro on his little SCVs, keeping Odin out of the base.
Yep, manages to keep Odin out of the base. Marine is now out. That'll easily shoo off that scouting drone. So now Odin will be playing blind for just a moment. Does not actually have an overlord anywhere near Cry's base yet, so can't even sacrifice one if he wanted to. We have Cry going for a 1-into-1 build so far, so we'll see if he's actually going to go the 1-1-1. But not a second gas yet, so not really expecting Banshees or Cloak or anything like that just yet. He'd probably be putting down that... second fast gas, if that was the route he was going to go, so we'll actually see what he decides to do here in just a moment. And I'm thinking Hellions.
I would agree with you at this point, because we do have the reactor out there, so...
Yep, we do have the expansion of Odin now coming up. Pool is up. Getting out a couple of lings, couple of drones, starting that ling speed right away. So we'll have speed up relatively quickly, so he'll be able to deal with the normal Hellions pretty successfully. Expecting him to swap this once this tech reactor comes out. I'm sure he will. And now we do have the orbital command up, so both players just kind of getting ready for what they're going to do. Yep, there goes the lift. A couple of lings moving forward, going to be scouting forward. No additional tech for Odin just yet. Doing the smart thing, getting on that 1 spine crawler. Almost all Zergs want to get down that 1 spine crawler by their natural. It helps defend against kind of marine heavy pushes. Helps defend against Hellions. Just kind of like a general good habit to be in.
Most definitely, and he is just macroing up like a fiend right now, is Odin, so I do not blame him at all for this.
Yep, and we do have those first 2 Hellions rallied straight to the base, but one Hellion getting a little confused because there was a supply depot in his way. So those Hellions are just going to chill out there for just a moment. Does have that rally to the base, though, so here comes the second 2. Does have that supply depot down now. A couple of Marines over on the edge. Scouting back and forth, wants to deny any scouting possible, but here comes those first 2 Hellions forward. Should be 2 more Hellions on the way in just a moment. Going to see what they can actually get done, try and scout if they can. And a decent wall off by Odin, but not enough to stop the Hellions from getting into the base. Hellions are going to go straight into the base, going to undoubtedly go straight for the back of the mineral line, but Odin pulls them his drones away very quickly. Couple of drones going down. 2
But he lined up, he did just line up all those drones, so...
Yep, but that Hellion getting extremely low, really good micro with the Queens of Odin. Not losing any more drones just yet. Speedlings do finish and easily finish off that Hellion. As we do now still have a couple of more Hellions that were forward, but he is going to back up with those. Tried to get into the natural, but really didn't get anything done there. A couple of Marines still patrolling. We'll have to see what Cry is going to do from here, and it looks like he's going to be going quite a bit of barracks here. I think he was hoping to force a reaction out of Odin, maybe get him to go Roaches, and then switch into Marauders or something like that with all these extra tech labs, so maybe he's just going to go for a straight Marine push from here. Do have Stim and Combat Shields on the way. Have a reactor on both of these barracks, so he's going to be having 4 barracks, 2 with reactors, so it looks like he's going to be going for a very heavy Marine play after this.
Definitely, and now that we do see all these Hellions out there, and they do get the scout off on...
And we have a couple of Hellions fighting these Lings hand. A couple of Hellions go down, but the other Hellions, very good micro, taking out a bunch of the Lings of Odin. He's going to have to be putting up that supply depot. Doesn't want to let those Lings in his base. Fries a bunch of the Lings, but they do get one of the remaining Hellions. 1 Hellion remains. Will it be able to kill any more of these Lings? No, the Lings do absolutely clean up that last Hellion. So that Hellion pressure is now done for Cry at this point in time. Has an SCV kind of chilling out there. Poor SCV. There he goes. He is dead.
So that was most sad.
Yep, very sad for the poor forces of Cry, losing both of those Hellions. Baneling Nest Evolution Chambers on the way for Odin. Moving up to his lair tech now. Has put up the extra gases, so going to be going up to 4 gases right away here. So we'll have to wait and see what tech he is going to go for on the lair. But here comes a pretty big push by Cry. Stim is just about to finish. Combat Shields are done. Bunch of Marines out here on the way. Even has some of them rallied forward to his natural here, not actually rallying straight to the base, so he will be reinforcing the front of his base, because here comes a bunch of Lings over at his natural, going to be cleaning up a bunch of those rallied reinforcements. Marauder goes down, everything goes down, doesn't even have any forces at his front, but Odin is completely unaware because he wants to get back to the fen, because here comes those Hellions, and here comes those Marines of Cry up into the natural, going to try and circumvent the Spinecrawler and the Queens, but they're going to have a hard time doing it. Stim does now complete, stimming forward, going to quickly pick off this Spinecrawler. Drones and everything getting pulled for Odin as Cry is looking to do a lot of damage here, killing tons of drones and Lings, just frying them like crazy. Those Queens still up, but those Stim Marines should be able to easily take out the Queens. Key Transfuse saves a bunch of the Lings and the Queens from a certain death, and it looks like he's actually going to just barely hold this offhand.
Yes, but definitely did a ton of damage. I mean, that was huge for Cry. Cry was a little bit behind, still hasn't taken the second base. Cry goes, alright, I'll push up there, and just, with all those drones pulled, oh my god.
Yep, if we look at the Harvester count, it's now 28 to 29. Cry actually has the income advantage, but he is still operating off of 1 base and 1 gas. Does have plenty of minerals for the most part still left in those mineral fields, but is starting to dwindle the supply of those minerals, so he will have to be either going all in soon or expanding soon. So it looks like Krylo is piling up forces. Don't see any signs of an expansion going down anytime soon just yet, even pulling a bunch of the SCVs. So here we go. Cry looks like he might be actually going all in with his second push. The question will be, will Odin be ready for this push? He just has a couple of Lings and some Spinecrawlers here to defend, but now here comes some Banelings to try and defend this push. Here comes Cry, tons of SCVs in this push. To be exact, he has 10 SCVs in this push. Bunch of Marines, bunch of Marauders going to try and push it and end the game here. Or will Odin take him out and defend? Pretty good defenses for Odin. Those Banelings are on the way. They're not quite morphed yet. Just going to finish morphing in time as they now push in. Should easily take out these SCVs trying to block. Going to get a bunch of the Marines on that first shot there, but the rest do go down to the Marauders. So just a couple of Lings left, couple of these Spinecrawlers up, going to try and take these down quickly. Here comes reinforcements from Odin. All his forces getting extremely weak as he has been stemming them quite a bit and he does not have any medevacs. I think Odin is actually going to be able to hold here. I'm not sure what Cry is going to really be able to do from this point in the game. He had a lead in Harvesters, but now is behind even further, 22 to the 40. And here comes a bunch of Lings to try and clean up these Marines, going for the surround, going to easily get it. Those Marines are weakened from the stims, going on extremely quickly. Now here goes Cry, gearing up for what looks like another last-ditch attempt at maybe doing another all-in off of this one-base look.
Looks like he's getting a tech lab.
Yep, he's going to be adding a tech lab, so it looks like he might actually try and stabilize from here and expand. A very interesting choice from Cry after bringing a bunch of those SCVs with that last push. So either he's going to be going all in with siege tanks potentially, or we'll see what he ends up doing. But he is pushing out once again, interestingly enough. I'm not really sure about this decision to push out again. He just had his force pretty easily cleaned up by Odin. Odin quickly morphing some more banelings. Does notice he's on the way.
He's catching Odin while Odin's taking a third, so he doesn't have much in the money count yet.
Nope, not a lot in the money count, but does have quite a few forces and quite a few banelings on the way. They are going to finish before these Marines can get in here. A couple of the banelings might get killed. He's going to have to try and micro his butt off to try and get away from these banelings. Just stimming away as soon as possible. And stops, and the banelings are going to kill a bunch of the Marines and the Marauders there. Now trying to move forward and pick off some more of these banelings. But reinforcements now coming for Odin. I think Odin's going to clean this up quite easily. I don't foresee this push actually working out for Cry. And Cry has no expansion, rallying forces forward. Still hasn't even started building expansion. I think this was all in for Cry, and I think Odin has stabilized. He's got 2 more bases on the way. I think Odin has it from here. Hand 77 supplied to just a 49 of Cry.
Oh, definitely, because now we have 6 Infestors on the way. So...
yes, this is definitely looking over for Cry at this point in the game. Tried to do like a very early all-in with some SCVs. Didn't pan out. Now it can't even wall in his front. Has nothing there to wall in. He's going to put up the supply depot, but there's actually still a hole there. Picks off that last baneling, but I mean, 1 base, his minerals are getting low. Barely has any mineral patches left. He's going to have to be moving his main orbital command to the low ground because he doesn't even really have enough money to build a new orbital command. He's going to be transferring all of his SCVs down to that low ground. I just don't see Cry coming back from this point in the game. If we look at the income tab really quick, guys, there's 42 to 28 harvesters. And really, at this point, Odin's going to be kind of free to just start to drone up after he gets a couple of Infestors and some forces over here at the front of his base.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, at this point, Odin can just get his upgrades. He can do, I mean, whatever he wants. I mean, there's 6 Infestors just chilling out.
Yep, has the tech advantage right now. Has the income advantage and has the army advantage and is even starting his hive. I really don't see what Cry can really do from this point. I mean, obviously he wants to try. He doesn't want to go back down 4-3. But Cry is pretty much dead. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Here comes the Infestors, and I think he's going to just finish them right here.
Yeah, there's the fungal growths and throwing up, and there's the GG. Well played from Cry.
So Odin showing us that not only can he go all in, but he can macro too and micro, taking that game off of Cry. So Odin now running roughshod over 2 players of VP Gamers. Can Odin come back and do the all kill? We'll find out pretty soon here.